Evening everyone and welcome back to FTR for round 8, tier 3 around Monaco. I'm Chris, I'm joined tonight by Alex and Callum as always. Say hello guys.
Good evening everyone.
Hello everyone.
So, Monaco, the one everyone's been dreading.
Yeah, I don't think... well, there's one person I know of, but I think everyone else has been dreading this race. I don't want to say that person who hasn't been dreading it, just in case something bad happens, but yeah, most of the drivers are not liking this track, whether that's to do with them keep crashing or whether it's just they don't like the track in general. I mean, personally, I don't like driving the track because I think the cars are too big for it, but it's each person's opinion to their own, isn't it?
Yeah. Qualifying's going to be interesting because it's about them piecing that lap together, and obviously we're running damage, so I imagine we'll see a couple of DNFs in quali.
Yep, there are 16 drivers going around. There's bound to be some sort of traffic incident of some sort. As well as people trying to get out of the way, there's going to be some places where some people can't get out of the way. But I guess we'll have to wait and see. But that's if it stays dry, if it's wet, it could be a different matter of things. It could be everyone DNFing because the way you have to drive the car in the wet is completely different to the dry. So it'll be interesting to see. Let's hope for the drivers and the sake of the tier 3 race that remains dry then.
Yeah, let's hope for a dry race. As much as the rain will make it entertaining, I feel that this tier will make quite a few hefty mistakes.
And it's at night, which means that the race will also be at night. So we can have a night race to tier 3.
Yeah, that's not been purposely set either. The weather is undynamic.
Nope. Yep.
There was talk earlier on in the week about having a vote to purposely stage it at night. But we didn't bother in the end. The driver on the medium tyres.
I think that's one of the Mercedes, yeah.
Yeah, both Mercedes are going to come out straight away.
One of them on mediums, that's interesting to see.
Yeah, that's not fun. Probably just trying to help rubber in the track. Because I think the short as you can possibly get. So, King Walls and Mobs joining on the medium tyre. Whether they're also thinking of the same strategy, we'll have to wait and see, but I don't think starting on the medium tyre will mean too much of an advantage around here anyway. So, it'll be interesting to see.
There might be an only saved car, so obviously being on them softs, it's just the strategy anyway around it, because tyre wear is not a big issue at all.
No, you're right. I mean, what I've found in my practice is that medium tyres can go the whole race, you have to put on that one, so whether any of the other drivers know that, unfortunately it's too late for me to tell them that now because they're in the race, but it's not up to me to do the practice for them.
True.
OAP Foxy will be the first car to set a time lap in the racing point.
Well, soft tyre, I believe he is. Yeah, he is. Yeah, fortunately, it doesn't seem like he's got wing damage, which is one of the mistakes that I kept making this week, is just being a bit lazy and breaking my wing on my outlap, which not only is frustrating, but it means you've wasted a set of tyres in about 3 or 4 minutes of your time, but Foxy hasn't done that, as I said, and he's going to start his lap now, going through turn 1. Really important not to have out on that first corner even, because that's really going to ruin your run up the hill and the lap itself, obviously. Coming through Casino now. Sort of missing the first part of the barrier, but skipping the second two, coming through the first split, obviously it's going to be purple. Going into the hairpin section now, slowest point on the calendar. Decent line through there, but really ugly exit, but I think that's just the characteristic of the corner. We've done the entrance of the tunnel now. Probably the fastest point on the circuit, although the top speed's probably only about 170 miles an hour, which is 30 or 40 less than what you see at other tracks, but that's where you get running 10, 11 or 11 wings. Seems to have been a pretty tight lap so far. Not particularly fast, but a tight lap's better than a massive lap. He's coming through the swimming pool section now, being careful not to hit the barriers or invalidate. Like I said, keeping it clean. And coming through the last corner now, being careful not to hit the barrier on the right or the left. DRS on. He's run out of DRS, but that's not Pretty much, Maverick comes across the line. That's the 1:13.8 for the first lap. Tomba closely behind him on the medium. What's he going to do? 1:12.1, much quicker. JLA's teammate in front of him instead of 1:12.5 to Tomba on the harder tyres, going at least 4 tenths faster than his teammate.
Rowan about to cross the line as well. The McLaren.
1:13.8, same as OAP Foxy. His high rise comes across with the 1:11.2, almost a second quicker than Tomba.
Pyro's new teammate as Matt Carlos is filling in for Wangzhen, who was left after leading the championship, which promotes to get Tosti to the top once more, so interesting to see how it plays out, and obviously that makes the championship fight much more tense as it's quite close from first down to fourth.
There's a car that's picked up wing damage. It's ahead of Fat Carlos.
Ahead of Fat Carlos.
Yeah, it was Magusi. He's just got into the pits.
Yeah.
Carlos spun at the chicane if you're running wise, lap is so slow.
Yeah, I was trying to pick up on that. I saw him letting the Renault through whilst he was on a hot lap and it wasn't invalidated, so I was curious what happened to it. Okay.
Oh, it's Rowan's out.
Rowan's just retired.
He's hit the wall on the right side.
And catch this on amongst his car. Oh, that is a very strange place to...
Yeah, he's looks like he's almost got straight on from the tunnel. Very weird crash.
Yeah, because if you hit the left hand side wall and you hit the wall at around 45 degrees angle, that is...
Yeah, very bizarre crash. I'd like to see a clip of that.
Tosti into P2.
Yeah, still almost 7 tenths back from high rise looking first though.
Not set 13-2.
On the medium tyres, that is.
Yeah.
His teammate FTR Tom, 1 place behind in 6.
Fat Carlos coming to the line.
Just clips the wall, that.
1:13.6.
To P7 on his debut.
Ellis is about to start his lap. And JLA's about to finish.
Which teammate could be
J-Line.
interfering with?
JLA improves to about 2 tenths. Oh, he did get Tosti. He's in low fuel mode, and there's a car coming behind him. Hopefully he sees that car. Or hopefully that guy's not on a lap. I don't think they are, fortunately, but... Yeah, that's one thing you gotta watch out for here. If you do 2 laps straight after each other, on the lowest fuel setting, you run out of fuel about halfway through the lap. So the last sector, where it's quite hard to get out of the way, that's where you're going to be coming right to the back of the slow moving car, so let's hope there's not a collision like that.
Mark's much better with his 12-3 now.
Still on his medium tyres as well.
Yeah.
On board with Ellis at the moment.
Ooh, he almost hits the wall down the left.
Next car of the line's King Wolves after him.
Yeah, I don't want this to be too quick of a lap from LS to get 1:12.9. He's going for 5th place right now.
King Wolves is invalidated. Critical divide.
I don't know if you've seen this, but OAP Foxy and HRO Cloud out of Tomba and Tomba on a flying lap, and I don't know if whether they know or what they do, but ooh, so OAP Foxy moves over, but I think it's a bit too late. I think Tomba's lost a bit too much time here, unfortunately. We'll see as he's about halfway through the lap now, but that's just one thing that is going to start annoying the drivers if there's 2 or 3 cars in your way. It's really hard for them to know who's on the quick and who's not. I don't think it's going to slow down too much as he's 6 tenths up. Cloud ahead of him, there's damage. Oh, it was Cloud's right on the apex mid-contact. That's contact between H2O Cloud and FTR Tomba there.
Will the game hand out
Seeing it on stream.
This is what that was
Possibly.
happening. Critical Divide went second with an 11-12, 11-2.
Yep. That's just 800 off of high rise this time now. As high as that on mediums actually. To know whether he can get quicker on mediums. That was really interesting to see if he could do this. He's about to start his lap soon.
Ascari went P9 as well on a 13.5.
Mr. Migusi comes across the line, but it's an invalid lap time. It's unfortunate for him.
High-rise got the first turn all wrong and had to take 2 or 3 stabs to get the car in without invalidating it.
It's only 2 tenths down now.
Yeah. There's a lot of drivers not hugging the inside curb, which tends to help the car round for rotation.
Yep. A lot of different people doing different lines to rise in practice, and also I don't know whether they think it's faster or whether they think it's easier to do, but at the end of the day, whatever gets you around the corner. He's only 2 tenths down, going through the second split any second now. What's it going to be? He's 2 tenths down, so he's lost a little bit more time. Let's see if he can make it back on the last sector here. Really pushing it close to the water, both sides.
Alice and Fox have just come to the end of their laps. Alice goes third with 11.8.
And as far as the line, he's not going to go faster. He's 8 tenths slower. Just showing that the medium tyres simply aren't as fast as the soft, but I thought you already knew that.
On board with Mr. Migusi.
Yeah, I think he's already back down his lap. He's put the respect to none.
Okay, move on to Fat Carlos.
3 tenths
He's up
up.
by nearly 3 tenths.
Oh,
Close. Got away with it.
He did. Yeah, it's quite funny because
Into the tunnel.
in time trial you got to be really careful in that section, because even if you tap the wheel slightly, it will invalidate your lap time. And unfortunately, that's not the same. Or is it invalid turbo? Unfortunately, it's not the same as it works in quali. So I'm not quite sure why time trial set up like that. But I think that's meant a few of the drivers aren't really pushing the boundaries too far, and they're a bit timid when it comes to the walls. But as you can see there, unfortunately, Fat Carlos validated over chicane corner, so it's a bit different there.
I think
It's just
Costi
going to go
was
for another stuff over here.
like 4 tenths up on his time. I could be seeing things, but we'll see through his X2 split here. Yeah, 5 tenths up. Only
King Wolves is about to cross the line. P14, P14.3.
and Costi
The
snatch
line.
pole.
You can't. Yeah, that 5 tenth improvement only went down to almost 3 tenths. So it's a 116 or 111.6, sorry. It's JLI to the line. I think that was a slow lap into 116. It's FTR Tom to the line. Yeah, that was an invalid lap time. And Ascar is just starting his lap now.
Or JLR making contact with the ball, which was on his line. Like, oh, what's this going down on Mirror? Someone's done a
Critical divide.
Rosberg. What's going on there? The 2 Alfa Romeo teammates, Tato Max and 5
Oh, no.
place road penalty. Adam and Nance didn't really change anything, but did Critical Divide get one? Let me have a look. Oh, we did! Critical Divide's got
no.
a 5 place grid penalty for the race. Alfa Romeo teammates.
That's not a good sight to see for Alfa Romeo, is it?
No, currently leading the championship, and I think it's 6 points down to Mercedes and a further 6 points down to Red Bull. That, and especially at a track like Monaco.
Yeah, one of the worst tracks in the calendar together. Zero penalties. Fat Carlos has moved up into P9. Whilst that still happened, improved to 113 dead.
Actually got Tom 4 tenths up on his time to sets 2, has improved to sets 3, bad one through Rascas. Got the power down well out of the final turn though. It is an
Still
improvement.
improves. He joined Carlson at 113 dead. It was finished with flies in the second half of the starters line. Actually, almost hits the wall there on the left. Really lucky not to there. He's OAP Foxy. also starts his lap.
Divide 3/10 upon his time in the first sector alone. That looked really nice on board. Good blank at the hairpin.
Yeah, I'm not sure about high rise because we'll have to confirm for me, but I know divides on a wheel. So if we see divide and high rise at the top, I wouldn't be too surprised. I'm pretty sure these are the two wheel users in Tier 3 compared to the pad users.
Yeah.
Not trying to throw accusations around, but I think everyone can agree this is definitely a wheel track, and the advantage is being shown here.
Quick.
Yeah, I can confirm that high rise is on a wheel. As critical divide comes through the last turn.
I think he'll take
DRS to
pole.
the
He
line.
was 4/10 up. He does.
1:10.3. I don't know if he saw that he actually started slowing down as he got to the lines. I think he can get quicker than that. We'll have to wait and see that.
Or was it low
Tom
fuel
high
load?
rise.
Look.
critical divide. No, he's
Yeah.
2 laps of fuel left.
Oh.
He's just shifting already over. But Tompa's now on a flat lap.
Ooh,
There's
JLI.
one car ahead.
Ooh. That is. I mean,
I think,
can
yeah,
let
just,
through, but.
yeah, I think he should have stopped to let a few cars by. High rise is always 4/10s up going for the second sector. He's coming to the last corner now. Has he improved enough to jump divide? He hasn't.
I know.
Almost 5/10s down.
Tompa,
Tompa.
1.1 seconds up.
Yep,
He's gone
over
that
the last.
stop
Oh,
on
it's
that
Tosti's retired.
Retired.
He's retired the pits. Yep, that's fine. Onto the line to 1:10.9.
Oh, 200
seconds
stop
down.
P2. Still starting on the front row once Divide's penalty is applied.
Looks like he's going for a second run here. Either that or he's trying to get back to the pits as quick as he can. Unfortunately, I don't think he's got enough time to get back. The tyres on. But I think Ellis will put a bit of a ball on his side if he is going for a fastest lap again.
Ellis's
Fox's
teammate.
ran out of fuel.
Oh, I had an option to come into the pits as well. I was on his
Yeah.
car.
And this is what I was
Magusi.
talking about earlier, running out of fuel. One of the hardest tracks to let people buy it.
Mr. Magusi goes P6.
Ascari marginally up on their time. Just lost it all through the hairpin though.
It's time for Maladives. And he's got the wall for good measure. Yeah, at the moment, I think that means that for our top 4 at least, they haven't got enough time to go for another lap. Unless we're having
Ellis
that glitch
finishes
game where
his.
they've got an extra minute that we can't see. And I think that, yeah,
Alice
we must
just
do.
moves up to P4.
Yeah, I think that we have got that glitch because Mox is leaving the pit lane with 1 minute to go, and so is. Oh, it is Mox, yeah. And I don't think they'd do that knowing that they haven't got enough time left, so. Pretty
Mr.
sure.
Magusi at further 10th upon his time. Can he jump Tosti? No, he can't. Taps the wall on the inside there, just goes from ball chicane. This JLI takes P6 from him.
Yeah, improves to a 1:11.6. Pretty much a 7.
Yeah, I've definitely got a time, but Tompa is going out. Or no, that's JLI. No, that is Tompa going out with 10 seconds left on our time.
Yes, Foxy finally gets taken to the pits. Yeah, I think they have got. I think it must be exactly a minute more because.
Oh, FTR
Was he-
Tom, that was a big shot. I just jumped in, but he completely lost the car through the sector 3 and tried to save it. Absolutely batters the wall.
Yeah, I think that would explain the massive damage on the front left side of the wing.
Scari's lost all his time again. He was 4/10ths up, now he's less than half a tenth.
Over the last corner. He's got a bit of DRS to use on this straight, just not the other drives. It doesn't improve by 6/10ths. Only moves up into P12 there.
Car lost on their lap now.
Whereas Tompa has run out of time, I think. Oh no, look, that's definitely him driving. So yeah, I'm not sure why it says he's finished.
Carlos invalidates on that chicane again, he'll be struggling. He's had some really good sector 1 and sector 2s, but he just can't get that chicane correct. Always ends up cutting it.
So,
Oh, Ellis.
Tomper to the line.
Just point out Ellis' best is on
Okay.
7 lap all stops.
I can't tell if this is the AI driving or not.
He said his time was 1.2 seconds up. Mogg's definitely on a lap.
Who are we
He's
looking at here,
just
sir?
over a tenth up.
Good exit then compared to a fast lap. The softs.
Oh, he improves up to P4.
Yeah, great lap for
1
Moggs.
second improvement.
Sky is going to be the last driver.
Yeah, he
I
got that this
think-
time as well.
Alright.
Yeah, well, that's not there. Pole for critical divide. But he's not going to keep
Well-
it there, because he's got a 5-place grid penalty. So that's pole actually for F1 high rise. For I think the second week in the row.
Think
Pretty sure
you're
he got
right
one in
there.
Australia.
Yeah, that's right.
It's a shame for critical divide as well. Pole by half a second around Monaco. That's something to be proud of.
Any predictions for the win, or are we going to keep it quiet and hope to not jinx any of the drivers?
I think.
I think anything can happen in this, and there's 2 drivers with 5-place penalties as well. Yeah, it's tough to call. I mean, if High Rise can get into the lead off the line, I think the lead is always the strongest contender. Track position is key around this track, but don't we all like Tomper as well?
Yeah, race starting to turn to obviously the formation lap is pretty big as well, because if you have freezing cold tyres, that casino section through turn 3 and 4, that is very difficult on cold tyres.
It's nice to see that it's not started to rain as well. It means at least the drivers have a increased chance of not bidding it straight away, but you never know. Anyone want to have a guess on the first lap safety car? Obviously not naming people individually, but do you think there will be a first lap safety car?
I don't want to jinx it, but I think there'll be a safety car in the first lap.
I don't know who it will be, but someone will definitely be over aggressive in turn 1, someone on the right hand side of the grid.
I don't even think it's just someone. I think if you think about it, the whole of lap 1, the car's going to be so much closer than they would be anyway. If someone tries to make a move into back, sorry, there's going to be all sorts of calamities if something like that happens.
Predicted pit stop strategies around, depends on the driver, lap 11 to lap 12, pitting on to medium to the end, but I don't think they'll stick to that strategy.
No.
So there will be safety cars for the SCs. I think it's been at the right place at the right time for this race.
Yeah. One thing I will mention now for the race stop as well, you've got to remember it's not just a pit stop time that you lose if you're going to change your wing, it's the entire time you lose on that in lap as well. For a track like Monaco where downforce is king, if you break it on the first half of the lap, you're losing 4 or 5 seconds before you even get back to the pits. So I think, especially for the top probably 5, 6, 7 maybe, if they want to have a good end to the race, they've got to make sure they've got to keep it clean at least before the first pit stop, or even if there is, before the first safety car. So I think it'll be more of a strategic race than a pace race, but it seems like Harrods are taking a very, very fast formation lap here, and there's
JLI
gap
leaving
from-
a huge gap.
well, it's not just JLI, it's Mr. Magusa behind, who's got a huge gap, as JLI is the one in between, but
And
there's
the
some
guys
sort
in
of
front of the
explanation for
last,
that.
they are going really quickly, but spectate Mr. Magoo's, he doesn't seem like he's in any hurry to catch up exactly. But
No, you're right. Yeah, and I
He
mentioned
is still within 10 car lengths as well, but you really should try and keep as close gap as possible.
Yep, and I just mentioned before we start, we have got 4 drivers starting on the mediums, and that's FTR, Tom, Rowan, Keen Waters, and H with Cloud. As H with Cloud pulls into his Bruce Bay, so I'll let Callum start off the race for you.
Alright, looking at the entrance. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights, and it's the lights out and away we go here at Monaco.
Really good start from High Rise.
Oh, Ellis!
Oh, contact.
Huge contact. Oh, look at critical divides. Poor
Oh,
race.
critical divide's out.
Oh, there's a BSC. What? Oh my.
It looks like
Somehow Divides survived, and Carlos is trying to get through the carnage there, and it's Rowan that's in the wall.
Cloud's lost his whole front wing as well, so it's going to be a double stack down now for a man. Not a great
Just
start,
pointing
great
out only a
tackle.
virtual safety car. Not even a
Yeah.
full.
I think it's too soon until that for the game to bring out safety car, that's the only reason. But yeah, what?
High Rise kept the lead. Tomper, High Rise is in
Oh,
AI
High
mode at the
Rise.
moment.
Can
Yeah,
top
as we
get
go,
past him here.
as we go on green, but FTR, he's lost 2 places and he's also lost some of his front wing, so I wonder if he's going to be
High
in
Rise.
this lap.
High Rise is in AI mode, and Tomper's all over the back of him. He's going to be fuming.
Oh,
What's going on
Ellis
here
with
with the race
a
leader?
interesting line of the chicane now.
Oh no! Thomas still the wall there. I don't know if he's got damage on. See on High Rises, I don't think he has. Oh no, he has. Tom has now got wing damage as well. They try sending it down the inside of the AI car.
Just
As
point
Tom
out Tom
takes the
spinning.
lead. Moggs goes past. Looks like Toss is going to go to the outside as well. He does. Oh, he hits the wall.
Oh,
There, like sitting back
Damage
on
from
this
that
as
as
well.
well.
I don't even know
It's
where
Alice
it's
and the
looking
Scar
at.
into the pits.
Fat Carl's choosing to stay out with that wing damage, I think.
Actually, oh, as we got
Safety
Safety
car.
car.
Carlos is kicking himself staying out now. Look at that front wing.
I'm not sure what this is for.
That is.
No one's crashed. So I think it might just be the game having a delayed safety car there. But I wonder if Haraz is finally back in his car. He's not. I wonder if he thought that first VSD was a safety car and thought he had enough time to go do something quickly. But even
He
still.
is now.
Yeah, but he's
And
lost.
he's going to come back and see that it's a safety car and not realise what's happened.
Yeah. And his actions have meant that Tompa's got front wing damage as well, so I wonder if Tompa's going to try and change his front wing, because if he does, he's going to come out in 8th, which is probably the best case scenario for him right now. Oh, and Haraz has been disconnected. He's left the session.
I will give him an invite now. Oh, he's been kicked off his Xbox. Just looking at the game tag there.
There's Tompa did come into the pits. What tires they put on? Come on, game. Looks like mediums. Smart choice.
Mr. Goosey in the pits as well.
As I can confirm that F1 Haraz will stop working. And that is probably the worst case scenario for Monaco as well. Fortunately, his car's still in P2, so he can get it fixed before the safety car comes in. It's not too bad, but obviously still nothing. His Roman's also left, some V's also out, so that's fine.
I mean, if he whips out the pads and gets a win, then honestly, win the championship. Right?
I just noticed here, so I feel Tom's come back on that, 4th, so that means everyone else who was in the top from 4th to 8th is also pitted. So that means Tompa is now back into 4th on fresh mediums, that is, with Tosti a disconnected high rise and Moggs ahead. So that's put Tompa in a good seat because theoretically he doesn't need to pit again.
Couple of drivers playing it safe and going onto the hards in Fat Pass and Hates for a Cloud. I think it'll be a
I've just got
good.
to say there that Tosti would have been getting told by the game to overtake High Rise, and he's not done it. So respect to him for following the rules.
Yeah. One thing I can confirm, Callum is not so much worried about mediums because I've done from lap 5 to the end. There hasn't been any issues. And with a safety
Fuck,
car,
he is out under safety car. That is
he's hit the wall. He's hit the wall. That's really
yeah.
cool. On Fat Carlos's point of view now, I'll see how on earth he's managed to land a safety car. And he's literally just driven it.
Oh!
Thank God.
As the ghosted car, yeah. As the ghosted car really gives Fat Carlos and FTR Tom a surprise.
I think he's turned in too early, hit off the left wall, off the right wall, and then ultimately that left wall just before the right-hander has finished the car off.
Yeah, I think you're right. As Magusi gets a 5-second penalty. I'm assuming he wasn't sure to get one as well. No, I don't think he did.
Lucky him.
No, he did. But
No.
5-second penalties, so that's 2 5-second penalties for Mr. Magusi now.
Critical dividers in again for Hards this time.
Yep. And I think K-Story Class slowing down to make sure he doesn't come out ahead of him. Smart team play there. Allowing the faster driver to stay ahead. Very smart thinking from the team. Unfortunately, bringing out the back of the pack. Oh, it's my...
Oh. King Wolf's in an eye with wing damage from that contact with Mr. Medusa. Although he's had that previously. Oh, there's too many pieces of carbon fibre flying around everywhere.
Callum, if you could do the inviting for Alex.
Alright, sent him one.
Thank you. As
Alright,
High Rise
it's
rejoins the session.
Now will we see a stranded record fly into the barrier, or will it will work? That's the question.
Yeah, sometimes when I rejoin a session and I unpause, nothing happens and the car just goes straight on.
I reckon you'll wait until the last part of the tunnel, because that's probably the longest straight it's got. Which is... JLI picks up a penalty for the collision with Fat Carlos. Fat Carlos gets away unscathed. No, take that back. He does get a penalty.
Yeah, of course the drivers send clips in to the steward's request after the race. We can remove these 5-second penalties, but it's
High Rise has
likely...
binned it. There's what I presume just resets the track. That's causing all sorts of issues. People are struggling to overtake him. The accelerator and brake is working on that wheel, but steering isn't. That's caused a bundle of fun at the hairpin there.
Yeah, that's really unlucky for the Red Bull driver. He's now got King Wolves behind him under the safety car. He's going to have to compose himself now and just try and get on with things. What happened there?
In terms of Alex disconnecting, or the...
No, High Rise just glitched through the tunnel, and then King Wolves got in front of him. That's one of the weirdest things I've seen in a long time. So FTR Tom picks up a 5-second penalty with critical divide. Safety car in this lap?
Yep, it's in. Marks has gone. Alex, you've missed. Interesting. High Rise rejoined, binned it at the hairpin, and that caused a chain reaction. Right, under racing again for lap 6. No one crashing yet, as I say that as Ascari shunts the ball. Yeah, and wheel wasn't working or something along the lines of that, and he chose to rejoin at the hairpin, reset the track, and then people couldn't overtake him, and then I'll clip it.
Yeah, he's just pitted now onto mediums and likely to try and take them to the end. He's got 25 seconds to catch up, so the one thing is he'll be in clear air and he'll be putting in, or pumping in rather, faster lap times than the majority of the drivers who will all be bunched up.
Was Mr.
Still any
Magoosey
logs.
lets teammate or crashes the limestone? Oh, I think Taylor's made contact with the back of the Renault driver. Oh, safety car again. Who's that?
Ascari. Got on board a high rise and
It'll
he's
despawn
too far
by then.
back. Swim pool section.
In the exact same spot, funny enough. Yeah, I mean, if that could go away right in time to do one for me,
Tom was pitted.
that'd make it 3 out of 4 DNFs. That is a strange place to crash, jeez. Or to install it, you know? Much appreciated.
King Walls has done the same here. He's also gone onto the hards.
Mediums could definitely do 32 around here. Ooh. Yeah, and that FTR colour scheme in the night. I think
Right, just read out a couple of comments from the chat. We've got Billy calling it now. Tompa to win, Magoosey second, and Ellis P3. Yeah, very bold call, but Ellis and Magoosey P3 and 4 at the moment.
I'm gonna throw a prediction in there and say a double Renault podium. That's what I'll...
They've both stopped as well already.
Oh, what's happening? Oh, they're in the pits. That is... Awesome. I mean, Tom gets into P3. That Carlos sitting in P2 on his debut. I think that is a P2 with penalties applied as well, but I imagine there'll be more penalties as it's only lap 8. Two, I think. I imagine anyone on those hard tyres, they'll be really cold by the time of the restart. Yeah, it's been struggling through that. Hopefully the drives can get into a good rhythm after this one, because we've already lost 3 of them. Rowan in turn 1, Foxy under a safety car, and Ascari recently. Lap 6, I think.
High rise gets onto the back of the pack.
Safety
King
car.
Walls as well.
Probably be in on lap 9.
Yeah, for sure.
I say probably because you never know with Codemasters. And it'll be interesting because these cars be really heavy with the amount of fuel in them now as well, with the amount of slow laps that they're doing, obviously not much power going down on the car.
I was going to say, watch out for FTR Tom on the restart. He's the only driver on soft tyres, albeit they've done 7 laps.
Yeah, H2O cloud as well from that poor qualifying performance. Up into P5. Safety car is in this lap.
Is in.
Mr. McGoosey not really slowing down the field, still right at the back of the safety car. It's like nearly two F1 Harris gets.
He's gone.
Mr. McGoosey. Oh, fat car. That causes Tom to brake. Keep it clean through turn 1. We do. King Wolves is out in the pits. That passing apparently tips him over the edge.
Oh.
Around the outside, that would be bold. Ooh, that has caused a little bit of... Moggs nearly looked down the inside of Cloud and stepped back.
Divide's got damage. Hit it on the wall coming out to back. Right side, yeah.
Stays on.
McGoosey with the fastest lap. Sorry.
You know, FTR Ellis around the outside to get past into turn 1. Will Austin send it back down? No, you won't.
Oh.
I was on board with JLI there and slammed into the back. No damage, luckily. Actually some yellow. Oh, Ellis with a huge jump of the wall there.
Someone else got wing damage through that.
Yeah, Cloud got damage from that tunnel.
Yeah, there was someone else through to back. Wing damage before Cloud went through there.
That would be 3 now, the 2 Williams on flat cars. All 3
I think it's one of the Williams cars that's got it.
Oh, Tom taps fat cars. That was very close. I was spinning through the river. Also a bit farther down, Ellis in a fight with JLI and High Rise. Ellis obviously holding them up with wing damage, that is like orange or red on the front left side. High Rise. Moss looking down the inside into Mirabo. Yeah. Mirabo. the upper half or the bottom half of it, no good overtaking opportunities in either turn. Track Horse picks up another penalty. Monks with the ERS, back Carlos has run out. Ellis has left the session. He's getting an invite now.
Yeah, I'm on board with Moggs, and he think he realised he was going to get a penalty with the way he was going to place the car, so he just let off the accelerator a little bit, took the corner slightly different.
Oh!
Oh,
Choosing to stay out. That is a hefty amount of wind damage as well.
high rise.
Ricardo, next level. I think that was 2019 Monaco.
I'm not quite sure why he's done that.
You know what? He can go for it. Looks a little bit strange. Oh.
Hey, high rise and JLI both got past Tompe the last sequence of corners. Apologies for the way that come across on stream. Every time I flicked to the car, the broadcast cam was on the back end of the car and you couldn't see anything.
Now
Struggling with the ring damage now. He's going to have to pit.
Stone Cloud. Yeah. Mark's the fastest man on track at the minute. No. How is he not locking up? So is that an app? Yeah, he is. Marks is right on the back grip of right now.
Oh, divide! Oh, it went deep. Look at that, look where high rise is now.
You know, like that's falling by like 2-3 tenths each time. Just to divide filters out in between like that.
Ooh.
For example, getting with the speed. All too wide into Casino. Divide taking up every last bit of track that it could. Oh, toss the on pace for the cloud. He was side by side all the way through Casino there. Yeah. Not even halfway through this. Oh, 6 points.
Oh, Ellis has gone into the back of Tosti. think Tom will be coming in as well. Someone's asked in the chat, Nipser, who has the fastest lap. It's currently Moggs on a 14.8.
Yeah. Tom put right on the back of critical divide now, just through sector 1. Mr. Magusi is dominant at the top now. 10 seconds lead. Tom's gonna let him through. Smart decision. That's Tom letting him through. Moggs, who goes quickest with 14.7, and then 1 mediums, which is very impressive. The Alfa Romeos now running right next to each other. H Cloud, big shunt on the board there. Right and left hand players off now. World Championship leader. Cloud. Oh. Definitely now. That understood. That's like an F2 car. That feels painful to watch.
Lead's coming down slightly.
Yeah, Mark's fastest man on track at the minute, but Mr. Magusi is still rapid as well.
It's good to see High Rise there just getting past his teammate, or rather lapping him. Fat Carlos just letting off the accelerator, just letting through. 20 laps to go. That lead is coming down a couple of tenths a lap. High Rise made a mistake somewhere, because he was only a few seconds off Moggs at one point. Now he's 14. Or have I got the wrong thing? I got the intervals on, my bad. 4 seconds.
Yeah, just to point out, Tom Third is currently running to get Tosti, and obviously Tosti is still disconnected, and he's still driving around as a ghost, but if Tosti falls through a little bit more, then Tom will take the championship lead. There's 4 points between them.
And we've got no delta again. It's...
Ellis into the pits now with onto softs. Couldn't they make it to the end?
Who was it that, was it you, Alex, that got a puncture in the F2 race for running over debris?
And then the safety car came up. Lucky man, you were that race.
So like Magusi just ran straight over some, that's why I thought I'd bring it up, and still going fine like, but little lock up there. But
Alex quicker than High Rise, definitely, but obviously he doesn't want to overtake just to let him back through again, so I imagine this will be very distracting for High Rise, just seeing a Renault nose pop in through his driver's head. Alex, it unincludes your audio when you've reloaded your Xbox or whatever happened. Oh,
Alice has crashed. No,
he's done that on purpose.
he got wind damage. He got wind damage beforehand. I was on board with Carlos and he ran over the wing damage, so he must have got right hand side wing damage, but yeah, didn't look good, did it? Only a virtual safety car.
Going back to that Alex incident, I was looking through Discord, but I heard as if it was wall riding around Rascas, which is fun when you have no damage, but Fat Guys has got a drive through. But honestly, until I see a clip, I won't make any more predictions about what happened to us.
Yeah, we'll have to review it after the race. There's yeah, no problem. FTR Tom's currently the closest car on track to anyone. 6/10 away from H2O Cloud. Really difficult to make a move around this track. It is possible, but I think for the majority of the race you find yourself following another car, waiting for them to make a mistake so you can capitalise.
This is really distracting for in this fight between Tom and Cloud Dog. They're both getting ghosted from Mogs lapping them, which is really unlucky, but they can really do, just a coincidence, I guess.
Good ride, set to the fastest lap.
I wonder if then there must be some communication or less. FTR Tom's seen him on the map, but FTR's on there letting Moggs pass as Moggs has caught up to within 6.4 seconds of Mr. Magusi. Not sure.
Yeah, that was full through the VSC, that was like 7.3 then, but obviously Moggs has had a good pace all race. And can he take the win? Obviously, still 15 laps to go. But these two have been really stable all race, but will Mr. Magusi crack under the pressure because he'll see that gap falling. It's fell around 4 seconds in the last couple of laps.
Oh, that's been sorry.
Yeah.
Well, I'm watching Moggs and Cloud's car just go since I thought he'd left, but obviously it's just the blue flags.
Yeah, I mean there is Mr. Magusi tyres will start dropping off a little bit. 21 laps old they are now compared to Moggs' 16. I say 21 laps, it's more like 10, 11 with the amount of safety cars and VSCs, but it's Monaco, isn't it? So.
Yeah, Magusi has got a 5-second penalty as well.
Well, this is very close then. I think Moggs is trying to get DRS off of Cloud and then he'll try and get past, but.
Oh, Tom's back end really stepping out there, but held on to it. Gap's gone back up to 6.5 seconds.
Falling
As I
now.
say, that drops to 6.
Below 6.
8 tenths for the race lead now. Obviously, Moggs can see Mr. Magusi's just coming through that chicane. I'm sure that'll give
What's
him
the
more
penalty Mr.
confidence.
Magusie's got as well, actually?
5 seconds.
5 seconds, oh.
Need to confirm by race director if one of you can, to see if it's speeding in the pits or if it's
I think it was contact.
been tapped.
It was, because he hit 2 originally. One was on the first lap, and one was when he had contact with King Wolves. So I think they're both contact penalties. In fact, they are both contact
Possibility of it
penalties.
being removed.
If he submits it, but I can't remember who hit who, so we'll have to see.
So it's up in the air at the moment. Mr. Magusi obviously could still win this race, even if Moggs gets it on penalties. To have a look after the stewards clips come in after the race as Fat Carlos picks up another 3-second time penalty. He is catching FTR Tom though. It took 2 seconds out of him in that last lap.
Yeah, well, he has got a 40-second gap there. I doubt I'll catch that.
Yeah, apparently that you can be heard now, Alex.
Good.
So it's just confirmed in the comments on Twitch. Thank you very much, Little Zeus.
That's on
Apologies for
one last
the audio issues. We are doing everything we can to sort them out.
thing. Moggs so close to inheriting that race lead, just a tenth and a little bit off.
It's now under 5 seconds. Oh, it was under 5 seconds for a split second there.
I reckon
That's
we'll get it if
just-
the pace carries on, but
Yeah,
I think
especially
it's-
as the tyres both get older. As Moggs, the fresher tyres, he'll have his drop off later on.
there it goes under 4.
Yeah, the only thing that can save Nguzi here is a safety car.
Or even that,
Is it-
obviously that gap falls to about
Well-
5 tenths then.
Yeah, my only thought with that is if Moggs pits, that's going to put him behind all the train of cars. There are at least 1, 2, probably 3 cars, and if Nguzi stays out, he can probably hold up the cars. And as long as he beats Moggs by 5 seconds, I think it should be enough for the time being, as High Rise is 5 and both Mercedes are 3.
Interesting comment in the chat from Nipser. He thinks JLI 64 is going to win the race. The first 3 can't finish the race on this tyre. I think he's referring to the amount of laps they've already done. Do you think they're going to need to stop again? I mean,
I don't think they need to. I think, was Moggs almost loses his
That
position
was
there.
close.
Yeah, I think the tyres can definitely make it to the end. But it's those last 5 laps that are going to be like 6 seconds laps slower than it would have been at the start of the stint.
Could have
possible.
arrived right on the back of Tosti as well.
But Nipser's definitely got a good point. The hard on JLR's got definitely got an advantage towards the end, but he's got 10 seconds to the car ahead now. Let's see if he can catch that out.
Oh, look at this for P6 even.
yeah, we've finally got a balance of the yellow
is
flag.
that Mr. Magusi?
It was a good fun. He would have hit the inside barrier there.
Yeah.
Has he got damage? Don't think he
No, I think
has.
he's good damage-wise, but... Yeah, he's good damage-wise,
Yeah.
but obviously
Well,
Mark's
this
now
really-
delayed by about 3.5 seconds.
Yeah, this really opens things up for a nice on-track battle as well, because
Oh,
Moggs was showing
devised. That was close.
As Moggs was showing some good pace, I wonder if there'd be an overtake on track as well.
Yeah, I did just flick off dividing Tosti to try and find out what Magusi was doing on track, but he went for the move into turn 1 and ended up cutting the corner rather than making the move stick. Just a bit unlucky.
There's Tomper and High-Rise comes to the pits. Cut me off
The
of
quad
those
looks like he's got into
mediums.
the back, and he's got front-wing damage from that. Both end plates are off, yeah.
Teammates Tompet on JLI gets through.
It's a nice little entertaining battle there.
Yeah,
We're not the best
Device.
place if you want to orchestrate and move that. It'll be interesting to see how much that 17-second gap Pirates can make up on those brand new softs as well. As I think Moggs is probably just going to sit in that 1 to 1.5 second gap behind Mr. Magusi now. As that's the bod coming out of the pits, and I think that's him doing that for the second time. As he gets in the way there of Mr. Magusi, I think his thought process is he gets ahead quickly, be able to run away, but it's still not very nice to Mr. Magusi. I know it's happened to me before, obviously not this track, but when race has gone, it's not the nicest thing to have a ghost car inside of you. Fortunately, I think Divider will just start driving away now, though.
Yeah, hopefully it went
Yeah,
27,
it does.
that pressure softs to mediums,
Ooh.
it's be a ridiculous advantage.
Goosey's inside right hit the wall there. As Moggs is now within DRS range.
Tossed these in, I think, with Vod getting here. But his device still got
Divides through
that
the last
one
corner.
showing it.
Tosti comes out behind Divide.
Monk's less than half second up the hill.
As apparently JLR's getting the stick for the win in the chat right now, but personally I can't see JLI winning.
I think it's pitted
it's
for the
just,
fastest
yeah,
lap
he's
attempt.
pitting now, but I think he's just going to be too far behind, and if anything, High-Rise has got a better chance than him, because he's now ahead on those fresh softs as well. But I still think they're too far behind now, because even if the likes of Moggs and Magusi pit, they're going to come out in between Tomper and High-Rise, so I think the race at this point, barring any safety cars, is going to be between the top 2 and Tomper.
Agree with you
What's
there.
the amount of seconds that you would lose in a pit stop? At least 25-30 at this track.
If it's just for tyres, it's 21. If it's front wing, it's 27.
There we go. Way off on my estimations.
Yep. Yeah, with this pit lane, because it's sort of... Oh, it's missed because he is
Oh,
in.
race leader's in.
Was it Nipster saying that they couldn't make it to the end because if so, then he's right?
Yeah.
Obviously not very confident on that tyre work, because I think he's serving his 5-second penalty as well, so that means he's going to finish without any penalties, but he's going to be pitting a bit further back. He's going to come out back in third though, which is still really decent. On those fresh softs as well, so he can catch up to Tomper.
Yeah, High-Rise is only just entering the last corner now.
You've got Moggs here, no penalties. 7 laps to go, 14 seconds back to Tomper, who's on almost equally as one on mediums. I think he's sitting pretty right now.
Yeah, Magusi come out the pit lane then and nearly went over the yellowish line.
It's Tossi's behind
on
Divide
the
again.
exit. Locked up in doing so as well. So will Moggs pit?
I think he'll risk it, you know. I mean,
Yeah, the gap between him and Tomper in this lap's stayed the same if not grown. So I think even if Mr. Magusi gets past Tomper, there's not enough time left.
Staying out.
this will be Moss's third consecutive podium as well.
Yeah,
Which
consistency
is-
is key for championships as well. And been a really good race from him as well, especially after that second safety car. Just he's been one of those drivers along with Mr. Magusti that have just been keeping it out of trouble. And I've been trying to say to some of my mental reads that it doesn't matter how fast you are, as long as you're keeping it out of the wall, that's the best you can do. Because if you look at seeing pit stops, Moggs 1 pit stop, everyone else has either done 2, 3, 4 or 5. And if you lose in 20 seconds to each pit stop, you've got no chance. So, a really sensible racer from Moggs.
Oh,
Really.
good for bodies round.
He's hit the
That
wall.
was, yeah, always front. Oh, I know. That's a tiny bit
fine.
front one.
Yeah, left-hand corner. And I wonder if he's going to pit again, and if he does, that'll be pit stop number 6.
Really unlucky day for critical side. All
What would
started
have
from
been
that.
pole?
Yeah, I reckon he would have had a plain sailing victory as well. If that was, if that did stick on pole even. Oh, Tom spun at Rascals.
Fat Carlos just been lapped again by the race leader.
Compass closing that lead in 10.8.
I mean, if I was Moggs now, he's got 5 laps to go. Just shy of an 11-second lead. Tomp has also got a penalty. Surely he's just going to try and cruise to the end. Try not to get damage.
Yeah, that'd be the smart thing to do. Even if it means sacrificing a bit of pace, he's going to lose more time if he risks
keep
it.
pushing.
Yeah, the likes of Magusti, JLI and Harris haven't really closed in. Well, I don't want to say at all, but they're closing anywhere near enough on Tom would even think about getting into the win. So I think right now it's only between Moggs and Topper with 4 laps left to go.
Yeah, Tom's took a second out of him that last lap. I think Tomper might have had DRS from Cloud going over the line as well.
Yeah, let's hope this Ghost doesn't pit off as well.
Yeah, so it should really be getting out the way before going into the tunnel there, but
I don't.
yeah, no, I agree. Yeah, stick something in the chat room.
No one really close on the track now, it's just whether Moggs can keep this gap to Tomper. Obviously Tomper has to still get in front of him at Monaco and still pull out 3 seconds, so I think, touch wood, Moggs has got this one.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Definitely not who I expected to get the win.
So it's that time again, driver of the day.
Any
I'll ask the viewers in the chat to comment.
mine would go
Yeah,
to
driver of the day.
Mr. Magusi at the minute. Obviously, maybe he could have got that win, but it's still a really complete drive from the runner man.
Yeah, and only his second race for FTR as well.
Yeah. And to get a podium at Monaco as well, especially being quite new to the league still, is really good. And he's shown that he wanted to practice throughout the week as well, which is really good to see.
Yeah, he was tweeting out that he'd done over 500 laps practice, and it's certainly paid off to grab a podium around Monaco. But he's closing in on Tompa, and Tompa's got that 3-second penalty.
Yeah, he needs
Could
4
it be
more
second place for
tenths.
the Renault driver?
Yeah, well, he has got it now. Just dipping inside 2 seconds. Obviously, he's not going to get too excited and push the chicane, but even if he plays it cautious and loses 3 turns every lap, he's gaining that back. Obviously, it's just the ERS, but they've both got hardly any. He's through Cloud, now in Mr. Magusi's path.
Yeah, he's not moved out the way either, but
Gap dropping, that's really distracting. He's got through. Lost around 8 tenths doing so. Using the last rotate that he has.
it's got DRS out of it though.
True, but I didn't even see the gap go down using that DRS. It is not exactly useful here.
Lost about 7 tenths, so he's gone out of that 3-second window that he needs to be under to grab second place.
He gained it all through Mirabeau last lap, will he do the same again?
Jimbo Supernova is saying Mr. Magusi should be driver of the day. Yeah, again, good shout.
Gap 2.7. Obviously, 20.
That's right,
I was going to say the 23 lap old mediums of Tompa's Mercedes to 6 lap old softs. It's really big difference around here, especially through sector 3, so it'll be close.
Yeah.
I think don't discount the likely race winner in Moggs though. He's done 30 laps on those mediums, 1 stop. He's kept it out of trouble the whole race.
Yeah, I was going to point that Magusi races and he's going to have made 6 places up, and it would be P2. But like you said, Chris, Moggs was going to be 32 laps on those mediums. An absolutely stellar race, no contact with the wall, no penalties. Let's see if we can bring it home. It's divided as the wall again.
I'm going to keep on board Magusi watching this gap. It's really close through Casino now.
Yeah, staying on board with the race leader. As he completes his final lap, there's a yellow flag in sector 3.
FTR. Struggling through Rasgas. Second time's been around.
Oh, with Mr. Magusi as well within 3 seconds now. I think Tom's made a mistake here.
Tompa has been pulling around 6 tenths through sector 3 every lap, so it's going to be really interesting. Good chicane.
There's the light hits the wall again. There's ghosted cars just ahead of Tompa's. There's the Mr. Magusi's got 2 ghosted cars ahead of him.
Tompa keeps it clean to last time.
Guy in first place, Moggs comes across the line to win the race. What an amazing result for him. Great race, I'll be really happy with that.
Tompa's
Across the line,
second
P2
on
on
track.
track. Mr. Magusi takes it though.
P3 on penalties.
R is next across the line for P4. Long way back, JLI. Cyrus finishes. Really good race there from Moggs and Mr. Magusi. Something really unfortunate to miss out there on second place, but still, P3 would be really good for him, especially after his unlucky opening few laps.
Yeah, as Divide, Cloud and Carlos finishing 7th, 8th and 10th respectively. JLI comes in 5th. 6.
Yeah, well, a really exciting race to watch there after the first, 9 laps. So yeah, some really good racing and good strategy as well. It's a shame that Goosey didn't stay out, because I think it would have been cool to see Tompa catch up to the pair of them.
Definitely.
Yeah, it's a shame we didn't have that three-way battle at the end there. Yeah, a lot of people in the chat saying Mr. Magusi for driver of the day. It's the same Mogs.
Right, should we get this podium interview? Do you want me to invite them all?
Just doing it now. Is that everyone here for the podium interviews?
Yep.
Please include your audio. Alex, Callum, one of you want to start us off?
Yeah, I think we'll start with Mogs. Really good race from you. First 2 laps on those mediums, how was it towards the end?
Yeah, it wasn't the best towards the end. I was just trying to nurse him, and then someone crashed in front of me, taking their wing off, and I thought I was going to get a punch off the last 2 laps, but they were alright.
Yeah, I think you're one of the few drivers that managed to keep your nose clean after the second safety car. Because I think you only made the 1 or 2 stops, and there were a few others making 3, 4, maybe even 5. So yeah, as long as you got the win, it didn't really matter how fast it was. So yeah, really good result from you.
Yeah, thanks.
Cal, if you want to say anything.
No, it's just a really good performance as well. Good job stretching out the mediums. And if we just move on to Mr. Magusi, how did you feel just barely getting Tompa on the last lap there by around 3/10?
Thanks.
Yeah, it was a great drive from both of you, and a close call on the driver of the day. I think it's been voted as Mr. Magusi for driver of the day, but both would have been equally deserving of it. I'll move on to Tompa for P3. Up and down battle that race, mate.
Absolute joke.
Still on the podium, mate.
I'm just saying absolute joke, not gonna lie. Yeah, it was good. Well, I got some good overtakes. I don't know if you caught them on stream or anything, but yeah. But obviously there was a bit of a controversial move. I mean, Moggs going into Raskas, but guess we're just gonna move on to next week and hope I'll win. I'm guessing.
Yeah, definitely.
Alex, Callum, did you see any of that on stream? I don't recall.
I think I caught your overtake on your teammate JLI through the casino section. I'm not sure that was an orchestrated move or not, but...
Oh no,
yeah.
that was
On stream we can't
I got
hear the people that we're interviewing.
Do you guys have your audio included?
I've definitely got mine included.
Yeah, I've included mine.
Strange.
Yeah, Twitch playing some sort of sorcery tonight then.
Yeah, but the GLI move was orchestrated, but I got one exactly the same as that. It's tough to see. I'm hoping I'm going to be able to get overtake the week, but we'll just have to see, really.
Yeah, I'll still wait and see. But yeah, still really good podium from Monaco. I think you'll all be happy with that. Moving on to Britain next week. How you guys all feeling about that?
Brilliant. That's definite racing for us.
Yeah, not one of my best tracks.
Yeah, if you get practicing, you never know. Could be another podium for you guys next week. Well, I think I'll end it there, and we'll be back in about half an hour's time for Tier 2. And of course, we'll be back for Tier 3 next week, 6 o'clock. So we'll see you guys next Saturday.
Cheers, man.